It's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is Friday, January 3rd, 2020. I gotta get used to saying that still, people. Shout out to my man Check out there on the Telegram chat room. Finally, this guy does not have a YouTube account, so he's been bugging me for this song for over 2 months, man. I'm finally getting around to it. It's very hard for me to keep track if it's not on YouTube. So shout out to my man Check out there on Telegram in the Webbot chat room. Thank you for the song request today. I like this joint. Very nice track from Casanova and Fabulous. All my people in Brooklyn stand up. I really like the Mano one better, I think, but this one is definitely a banger. What's good, people? Welcome to another episode. It is Friday. Happy Friday. Should have been a short week for you though. Today we're going to be looking at something that all of you in this game should know about. It is Bitcoin's birthday. Yes, Bitcoin turned 11 years old today. With that, Trace Mayer last year started a new campaign called Proof of Keys. We're going to look at that. That started today. Basically, all of you should be getting your coins off of these exchanges to make them accountable, to hold them accountable for what they say they have and what they should have. All right, so if we move all of our coins, all of our tokens off of these exchanges, it should really kind of make them stay true to what they say they have in their wallets. No rehypothecation of cryptocurrencies. If we can all kind of band together and do this every year, keep the exchanges on their toes. Wish we could do that with the banks, but unfortunately there's not even enough there. I think it's only like 3% of base money, meaning the physical cash in circulation. Only 3%. I think it's even less than that. Good that we can do that in the crypto game though. So Proof of Keys is something we'll take a look at today. Second article, Telegram founders refuse to cooperate with the SEC. SEC, I guess, wants to know how they spent the funds from the $1.7 billion ICO they had. I don't understand how the SEC has this much reach. I'm just thoroughly confused. But they're saying, no, we're not doing it. So we're going to take a look at this, and I'm actually curious to see what's going to happen next. What type of action will the SEC take against Telegram and the Ton blockchain ICO they did? Lastly, is the Middle East crisis. I'm sure many of you know Trump sent missiles at one of the Iran leaders, military leaders, and killed him in his caravan. But is this a good thing for Bitcoin? We're going to take a look at that out of Decrypt Media today. Bitcoin did pop on the news. Gold also went up as well. Or was it because of Proof of Keys? Correlation causation fallacy. I don't know. We'll have to take a look at this article to see what they are talking about here. But before we start, if you guys find these types of videos informative, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to receive more videos like this. And this episode is brought to you by Prime XBT, #1 Bitcoin platform for active traders. Something like 63% of their traders, maybe even more, are profitable over there. But what I like about Prime XBT is the fact that you can trade more than just cryptocurrencies. They have over 30 assets you can trade: cryptocurrencies, stock indices, commodities, and even Forex. That's what I'm most excited about. So check them out. I have a link in the description below. Episode is also brought to you by EOS Locally. You can buy and sell EOS near you. A peer-to-peer exchange, no KYC, very similar to, but better than localbitcoins.com. Check them out. Very good gateway into cryptos without all the KYC stuff. So if you guys need to get some crypto, get it through EOS Locally. And you don't even have to use their account. You can use your own personal EOS wallet or an exchange wallet if you would like. Let's take a look at the markets. Yes, it's a green day across the board. We've got Bitcoin up 4.9, almost 5%, might as well say, 7,314 bucks. Its dominance is at 67%, so it kind of bumped up there. Ethereum is also up 4.2% to 133 bucks. We got EOS up 7.6%. Tron is up. XRP is up 2.5% to 19 cents. We've even got Litecoin up 4.2% to $42.06. And off of that news, whatever was a catalyst, whether it was the Iraq bombing or the fact that we have Proof of Keys today, and it kind of forces exchanges to, if they don't have it, buy Bitcoin to make sure they have the reserves ready for any withdrawals that are coming. So not sure what was the catalyst, but there was a fundamental catalyst that took us, kind of saved us, to be honest with you, from heading lower to 6,500. What I'm looking at right now, if I extend this line, you'll see extending this line here, we have now popped back above this trend line. So this could be a self-fulfilling prophecy here from a technical standpoint if the market is looking at this as far as us heading higher now, since we're kind of back above this. So now this line becomes an area of support for us. So if we move back below, let's just say $7,200 Bitcoin, then you should probably either take profits or put on short. Again, birthday, 11th year for Bitcoin. With that being the case, Trace Mayer has started a campaign, actually started last year, Proof of Keys. This article from Bitcoin says, not your keys, not your coins, what Proof of Keys Day means in 2020. So essentially January 3rd, 2020 is the second Proof of Keys Day after the event was initiated last year, the brainchild of Bitcoin investor Trace Mayer. Last year, the event created a significant outflow from exchanges as owners are urged to move their coins to private key wallets and claim ownership. The day for taking stock of coins was chosen to also mark the creation of Bitcoin's Genesis block. This year, the Bitcoin network turns 11 years old and heads into another decade with multiple challenges and significant growth in value. So the effort to serve all withdrawals caused some stress, especially for small exchanges. In 2019, storing Bitcoin on exchanges also grew, with hot and cold wallets holding as much as 6.7% of supply. That's pretty big. However, January 3rd did not see any unusual on-chain activity to suggest a mass withdrawal of coins. The Bitcoin network carried just under 300,000 transactions in the past day, with no unusual spike in volume. So the article says that the biggest problem may come from already compromised exchanges, which are suspect of not holding onto the coins and actually failing to carry sufficient reserves. So I mean, you know, these types of campaigns are great, you know, for the community, just to keep people aware. However, I think personally I actually think we'll see a dwindling of Proof of Keys activity every year. Just, it's human nature, people. You know, we just fall into complacency, and it happens in every market, it happens in every industry. And so what's different here though is that if we ever did need to really ramp up on the Proof of Keys any year, we can and put that pressure on these exchanges. So that, I guess that's looking at it glass half full. But, you know, personally, I don't think these campaigns are going to do much damage. And I think over time will dwindle. We'll have to see what happens. Just my honest opinion. Good gesture. Great concept that Trace Mayer came up with to do this. So, you know, kudos to him for coming up with that campaign. We'll see how it goes next year to compare year 1, 2, and 3. But the next article is out of Decrypt Media. It's about this pop in Bitcoin. Was it because of, you know, Bitcoin turning 11, or was it because of this Middle East crisis? A new bombing ordered by President Trump. We got gold up a little bit here. Bitcoin is up, popped up 5% at its high. Bitcoin and oil prices soared early on Friday morning, it says, after U.S. airstrikes kill a top Iranian commander. Could crypto's correlation to geopolitical events be any more evident? So it says at approximately 2:30 GMT today, U.S. drone strike killed senior Iranian military leader at Baghdad's international airport. The event triggered a dramatic escalation in tensions in the region, with oil prices surging on the news. Bitcoin was not far behind, bouncing back from under 7,000. The cryptocurrency's price proceeded to jump over 6% within hours of the attack. So it says, while the surge in Bitcoin prices would normally be an occasion for celebration among Bitcoin maximalists, today's news was met with a muted response on crypto Twitter and even denial. If the unwelcome prospect of another war in the Middle East is the price of Bitcoin's success, is it one crypto enthusiasts are willing to pay? Political instability is often seen as a bellwether of crypto prices. Although economic stability remains the most important factor, the viability of Bitcoin as a safe haven in the face of catastrophe is a common argument. Today, it was given some credence. Gold prices climbed as well to fourth-month high. Oil, meanwhile, shot up over 4% amid concerns of disruptions to supply. There are some people that say it does. This guy, Alex Kruger, says that talking heads will soon be discussing how Bitcoin is a safe haven and is going up because of Iran, which is absolute nonsense. Round numbers are there to get run over in both directions. I have a small long, so I'll happily be a speculator if the narrative is to push prices up. Bitcoin maximalist Peter McCormick quickly decreed U.S. President Donald Trump's actions, stating that starting World War III seems like a bad idea. You know, here's the thing, man. People, if it was any other president, they would never jump to these like hyperbole extreme statements. Like I'm seeing on Black Twitter, they're going crazy over this Trump strike. They didn't say anything when President Obama made military strikes. You know what I'm saying? So even with you know, Bush too, I mean, it wasn't as extreme. Because Trump is our president, anything he does is going to be taken to the extreme. It just is. I kind of go back to and compare this with, you know, when Bush 2, or I should really say Cheney was really running the whole ship over there. When Cheney and everyone colluded together to say that, you know, Iran was the cause of 9/11 and they were going over there. No one really kind of, I mean, people may have questioned it, but it was when you look back at it and you had people come out and were able to do more research and find out, hey, something isn't right. There was no weapons of mass destruction in Iran. It was all just a power grab to take power away from Saddam Hussein. But this move, I'm not sure. He didn't even go through Congress or the Senate for it. So there evidently was something that his intelligence team was telling him that he needed to, you know, take action on immediately. So I'm not jumping to conclusions. World War III. This is not World War III. This is not. World War III will be something like China and, you know, the United States going at it. Two powerhouses. Russia, United States going at it. Not United States and Iran. Come on, people. You got to calm down. But as far as Bitcoin and the price, it was probably related indirectly. I don't think I'm not calling Bitcoin a safe haven yet. The market is still very immature for us to say that Bitcoin is a safe haven for geopolitical issues. Not the case yet. I think eventually it will be. You guys let me know your thoughts, but I'm not going to go out there and say that Bitcoin is a safe haven. I'm going to have to agree with Alex Kruger on this one. Again, let me know your thoughts on that. Last article, I got to give respect to Telegram and their founders refusing to report to the SEC on how they spent $1.7 billion raised in the ICO. So it says that on Thursday, TON founders received an order to open their TON ICO documents to the investigators. The order came via a court filing by the U.S. regulators. Per the document, it says the plaintiff respectfully moves to compel defendants to answer questions and provide documents regarding the amounts, sources, and use of funds raised from investors in connection with the unregistered sale of securities at issue in this case. The requested bank records are highly relevant to the issues in dispute in the case, including how much money Telegram has spent and in what manner in developing the TON blockchain, the Telegram messaging application to be integrated with the TON blockchain and related applications. So the order should give regulators a list of spendings made by the team during the last 2 years, but the founders refuse to give out such information. The SEC is citing securities law as a cover for yet another ICO check. It has gathered $1.7 billion, which is somewhat a big sum even for a successful software development company. So the defendants are now refusing to disclose the bank records concerning how they have spent the $1.7 billion they raised from investors in the past 2 years, and to answer questions about the deposition of investors' funds. So what's going to happen next? Roughly a month before the official launch, if you guys don't recall, I did report on this, but right before the launch of the TON system or blockchain, or distribution of the tokens, I should say, the SEC attacked the project's development. They were almost ready to launch the mainnet, but instead they issued a statement saying that their negotiations with America's SEC are in a dead end and the coin's launch is postponed. However, the conversations between the SEC's official and the Durov brothers were in place for at least 1.5 years. So this issue didn't just come out of the blue, they say. During the ICO, Telegram founders made precautions and restricted the U.S. citizens from participating in the event, but a bunch of American investors found a way to buy tokens via third parties. Now the SEC thinks it's their jurisdiction, so in order to stop the TON's launch. You know, honestly, this is what happened with Block One. You know, they restricted U.S. citizens from even participating in the actual project, but I think Telegram went even a step further, and they were doing KYC and stuff. So to put all this in place and to still supposedly have a couple of U.S. citizens sneak in, now the whole project is wide open to the purview of the SEC makes no sense at all to me. It's just, I don't know, man. So I hope to see them really stand up to the SEC, and let's see what happens. I'm curious to see if they do win this fight as far as not relinquishing or disclosing those bank statements. What's going to happen to the project, and what's going to happen to Telegram, the actual software? Does the SEC even have the jurisdiction to ban software like Telegram in retaliation for that? I don't know. We'll have to see, but kudos to them for standing up to the SEC. I think they're getting out of control. I mean, I understand they want to protect investors and all that, but let me know your thoughts about that. I'm sure I know how you feel too. But that's pretty much it for today, ladies and gents. Slow day, slow week, to be honest with you, kicking off the new year in the crypto space. But I did have to definitely recognize Bitcoin's birthday, turned 11 today, and Proof of Keys kicking off today as well. Make sure to take those coins off, at least Bitcoin. Do Bitcoin at least. I know the other coins will be pretty time consuming to do, but at least take your Bitcoin off these exchanges to make sure they're not double dipping in the pot, as they say. Shout out again to Check out there on Telegram for the song request I'm So Brooklyn. If you found this video informative, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to receive more unbiased crypto news reported by yours truly, Crypto Blood. I'm out of here, people. How? If I roll up Royce like every day is Christmas, I got the cold.